Next up, we have Ghost in the Shell. Now, this is the Steelbook from Best Buy. The Steelbook is absolutely beautiful. I want to show that. I want to showcase that. Just stunning, just beautiful. That's the slipcover inside. Very, very pretty release right here on that Steelbook from Best Buy. So if you're going to pick up the 4K version, I think it was only a couple dollars more for the Steelbook. Absolutely, you should pick up the Steelbook without question. If you're going to pick this up. Now, this is an interesting one. This is an interesting one because I think this was the one that I was most disappointed about, was this release. So, should you buy this in 5 minutes or less? Yes, but with a caveat. If you are a Steelbook collector, you should buy this. If you are, this is the best this movie has looked. It is. And the Steelbook is beautiful. It's a new 4K transfer, but that might be about as good as I can say. This has an Atmos track. The low end is lacking in audio for this. But not only that, I felt like this was very front driven, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But this is not an overly impressive Atmos track. The colors in this film. In some instances, this film looks really, really good in 4K. In other instances, it looked incredibly bright and incredibly washed out. Now, why am I not going to hold that against this film? Why did I still recommend this? Because that was the direction that was given. That is how this film is supposed to look. Now, you can love that or you can hate that. But that is how this film is supposed to look. So I can't ding this for respecting the original way that this film was supposed to be presented. I can say that I disagree with that, and I think that the HDR10 actually makes it, or the Dolby Vision and the HDR10, quite frankly, make it look worse, because I do feel that way. I think that it highlights those brights, and so not only are you given a picture that's overly saturated and overly bright, you're getting it amplified by that Dolby Vision. So there were certain scenes when I was watching this on my TV and it just looked terrible. It looked terrible. There are some people who are complaining about missing songs in the movie. I don't know anything about that, and I'm not going to comment on it. If you're a purist, that might bother you. There are some other tracks here. You get a Japanese track, you get an English track. They're both Atmos, so you gotta appreciate that they gave you both options. And there's a problem that some people are having. I read it on the forums, and I saw Jeff from over at Films at Home, which he has a great channel, by the way. But I saw him mention this. There's some flickering with the HDR, with the Dolby Vision, where your screen will like flick like that, which is so annoying. I've heard that's a problem. I didn't have a problem when I watched this, but some people are having that experience with Dolby Vision. So that's just something to keep an eye out. So why did I say this was recommended with all that stuff I just said? I said there was a caveat. This is still the best this film has ever looked. So if you're going to pick this up and you don't have the Blu-ray, you might want to pick it up. Now, if you can find the Blu-ray on a good deal, I would just pick that up, man. I don't even think I would bother with this. But if you're a Steelbook collector, you're not going to find a more beautiful Steelbook than the one that's here. So should you pick this up? Absolutely. If you're a Steelbook collector, get this because it's going to look really good on your shelf. If you're a big fan of this movie, this is the best this movie's going to look. If you're a normie, I don't know if I could recommend this. I think I would recommend probably just sticking with the Blu-ray because you're not getting enough of an upgrade here to warrant the extra price tag.